What do the Ohio State Buckeyes need from Will Howard to get a win in Eugene on Saturday night? We'll talk about it right now, but first things first, make sure you are subscribed right here to the On3 YouTube channel. Going to give you our prediction in this game now. Tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern, on the On3 YouTube channel. We'll be live. Go check us out at that time. We'll give you our prediction for Ohio State, Oregon. Something tells me, too, this is just round one of this game, but I digress. Also, just so y'all know, the Hard Count is brought to you by our friends over at Prize Picks. Daily fantasy, easy to play, easy to withdraw what you win. You take two or more player projections, pick the more or less on those projections, you're off to the races. Here's the nice deal, though, all right? When you use code HARDCOUNT, $5 in lineups gets you $50 in promo funds, all right? So $5 using code HARDCOUnt. We got a square we love in this game. I'm going to tell you about it a little bit later, but just lock in there, $50 in promo funds, something to throw on the Oregon-Ohio State. You got a lineup in there. Just helping us maximize this college football season. So we appreciate y'all using that. Okay, so what do you need from Will Howard to beat Oregon? Because make no mistake now, Will Howard was brought to Ohio State to win games like this. There's going to be a lot of games this year, and there's been a lot of games this year where you just roll the ball out and play, and quite frankly, your boy could be playing quarterback for him, and we'd probably be in good position to win the football game. There's a reason why Kyle McCord was not guaranteed his starting job. There's a reason why he's now doing what he's doing at Syracuse. Will Howard has got to be a difference maker for Ohio State in this game. We've said it many times. I'll say it one more time. I do not agree or appreciate the take that Will Howard is just there so he doesn't crash the car. No, he's here to drive the car. What's that going to look like in this game? Something we talked about a lot with him since he announced he was going to Ohio State is what he brings to the table as a mobile threat for the offense. To me, that is the most major difference outside of experience between him and Kyle McCord. What he does running the football, it divides the attention of the defense. If you're worried about 18 tucking and running, you have a little less attention that you can give to Quinshon Judkins. You have a little less attention you can give to Travion Henderson. And even just having that attention divided, even having a little extra thought that's going to benefit those running backs who do a great job now getting north and south. There's not a whole lot of dancing and juking and jiving. They do that now. They make you miss in a phone booth, but they do a great job getting north and south. And Will Howard being a threat with his legs will elevate them. And also, it's just a massive advantage to be able to add another blocker in if you call quarterback design run for Will Howard. And then also on top of that, the ad-lib run game. The ad-lib in the pass game that Will Howard brings. When he breaks contain, it puts more strain on the secondary to cover receivers for a longer period of time, advantage Buckeyes. So also, with what he does with his legs, that in addition will open up more plays downfield in the pass game. So this is that spot now where I think if you're Chip Kelly, you've been saving some bullets now. You've been saving some things. And there's been, I think, Easter eggs on different broadcasts that we've listened to from Ohio State games where these broadcasters, they'll sit down with the coordinators during the week. And I've heard in different situations they say, oh, yeah, I think they're going to factor in more Will Howard here. I think there's going to be more Will Howard involved going forward for Ohio State in the run game. And I can't prove it, but I'm just saying now, hearing that from different broadcasts, I think they're getting that from Chip Kelly, and I think that's going to be something we see now in big spots like this one against Oregon. Now, this is pretty obvious, and I just think it has to be said. You cannot spot Oregon extra possessions, especially not in Autzen. Because if Will Howard throws a pick, I'm not saying that you don't really want to throw one, but if you throw one, the game's not over, but it does sort of start this snowball effect. Autzen starts to frenzy. That crowd gets louder. Starts to feel more and more like it's on top of you. It's hard to operate you don't really want the crowd to become more of a factor than it's already going to be. Giving away the football, if you're Will Howard, something you got to avoid. In addition to that, what I just said, Oregon's offense, they're averaging 38 a game. You don't want to give them another possession to try and make things difficult for you, okay? That's pretty much a straightforward fact there. Now, I bring this up because the last three games, Will Howard has played well. However, against Marshall, Michigan State, and Iowa, he's turned it over. Thrown a pick in all those games. And they haven't hurt them, but I will say against Oregon, with that offense, there's a greater possibility for it to come back and bite you in a game like this where I expect margins to be a little bit more thin. Now, here's the as important of a note in this game for Will Howard as I think we're going to have. It's got to be aim small, miss small. Because how much do we talk about the Ohio State perimeter skill players? Emeka Egbuka. Yo, he's a 1,000-yard receiver when he's healthy. Right now he's healthy. Knock on wood, God bless him. He's been balling. 3 touchdowns against Iowa. Jeremiah Smith was created in a lab. All right, I don't think he got the memo that he was supposed to have an acclimation period as a freshman. He's been killing it. How do you maximize those guys? Allow them to win vertical, dial it up in the run game, get those safeties to creep up, let them go be special downfield, and when they're open now, again, aim small, miss small. I don't know how many opportunities you're going to have to throw the ball over this Oregon's defense's head. When it's there, though, you got to hit on it. You can't be doing the whole thing where you throw it deep, you got the big hand clap afterwards from Will Howard, and we're holding the head and saying, oh no, surrender Cobra, he was open. Can't have that. You don't know how many shots you'll get. Ohio State, averaging 9.3 yards a pass, top 15 in America. Oregon is allowing 5.3 yards a pass, top 10 in America. That, to me, is the matchup I'm watching, especially for Will Howard. Now, in this game, the Prize Picks pass number for Will Howard, they got him at 229.5 pass yards. What I just said, I think, factors into how we feel about this square. I'm going to take the more there. I think it's going to take a little bit more extra juice downfield. Now, it will be run the football, run the football, run the football. Whether it be with Judkins or Henderson or Howard, I think it'll kind of be a potluck operation there. Everyone brings a little bit of something to the table, but that's going to force the Oregon defense, I think, to play a little bit more heavy in the box. Maybe they add a defender in there, and when that happens, those receivers have got to go win. Will Howard's got to hit it, and that has to be the way that they make the defense pay for overcompensating on the run game. So we like that. We'll take the more. Again, code HARDCOUNT, $5 in lineups, gets you $50 in promo funds. So go ahead and use that code, and the folks at Prize Picks will see that, be like, oh, wow. Those folks watching the hard count, man, they're dialed in. Yep, appreciate y'all for that. So, subscribe to the channel. Tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. Eastern, we have a prediction for who we think is going to win this football game. Dial in. We're going to see y'all there. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We will keep this party rolling, and we will see y'all next time.